Y'all just continue to finish your meal. We're going to get started here. If we don't, we won't get finished. So I had another joke, but I decided not to do that. I think I'm one for one. I probably need to like leave it there, one and done. So join me in thanking the hotel staff, by the way, for such an excellent meal. I've had nothing but good food since we've been in the hotel. Very good job. Thank you guys very much. We really appreciate it. So I'm going to introduce now our NAEDA board members that are here tonight. So I'm going to ask that each of you stand when I announce your names, and please hold your applause till I have announced everyone, if you don't mind. Laura Bentley, Bentley Brothers in Albion, New York. Laura. Wally, I knew she'd get, stand back up. Sorry, Laura. Wally Butler, Mazer Group, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Wally. And John Castonia Tractor in Rensselaer, Indiana. And Kyle Fulcher from Ag Up Equipment in Florida, Mississippi. Lance Hancock from King Ranch Ag and Turf, Willis, Texas. And Brad Hershey from Hoover Incorporated in Intercourse, Pennsylvania. Eric Mason, my good buddy, Mason Tractor in Aurora, Utah. Jared Noby, Sidestrucker Noby Partners in Waterloo, Illinois. I almost said Waterloo, Iowa, Jared. Landis Stankovich from Tranche Motors in Tranche, Alberta. Landis. Mike Weisenberg from Titan Machinery in West Fargo, North Dakota. On our board, not able to attend tonight, we have Kevin Clark from Acres Equipment, Lincoln, Nebraska. Josh Vines, Allegiance Ag and Turf in Boston, Louisiana. And Chad Fossey, Campbell Tractor in Napo, Idaho. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in thanking these board members for their time, dedication, and commitment. We had a great board meeting, and it takes a lot of our time to get here, and they dedicate a lot of their time to being great board members. Great to have them. So now at this point in time, I'm going to ask Michael to come to the stage, I think. So I would like to acknowledge the following conference presenting and platinum sponsors for continually and generously contributing to our 2025 conference. Please have a representative from your company come up when I call your name, please. Federated Insurance of Canada. Mr. Leahy. Farm Credit of Canada. And Federated Insurance of US. Ritchie Brothers Auctioneers. Purple Wave Auction. VI by Visor Pro. And Texida. Basic Software. And Sphere One. We provide each one of them with a special gift for appreciation, their support and recognition of importance to this event. And us all give them a huge round of applause, because without them, it wouldn't be possible. Michael got to catch up. All right. All right. One more round of applause for our sponsors. Thank y'all so much. Very much. All right, to kick off our award ceremony tonight, I'd like to call upon Chris Leahy, Federated Insurance Canada, and Jerry Lemkiel from Federated Insurance US to present the Safety and Loss Awards. Guys?
Going back and forth here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Leahy. I'm the Regional Association Manager for Federated Insurance Canada. From those of you who I met in Dallas, I have a very angry Russian wife whose birthday I missed when I was in Dallas a year and a half ago. I really wanted her to come down to Florida for this trip because she's a very angry Russian, and I heard ICE and DHS were active down here. She opted not to come down, so I'm here by myself this evening. She knows she's an angry Russian. It's okay. I'd like to thank Jennifer Luce and the entire NAEDA team for putting this amazing conference together. It's a great job. We're doing really well so far, right? Farmers are the backbone of every community. Your industry supports them, and our industry in turn supports you with sincerity and pride. This is about building genuine, long-lasting connections. It's not just about selling insurance or equipment. I'm pleased to be standing up here with Jerry Lemkiel with Federated USA. You're up here. You're close enough, Jerry. I should note that Federated Mutual, Federated USA, sold the Canadian division in 1990 as their executives grew tired of traveling north from Minnesota to Winnipeg, Manitoba, where at times it's colder than the surface of Mars. It's literally minus 50 Fahrenheit in Winnipeg and in Alberta. All kidding aside, the two companies maintain a strong working relationship, and you're in safe hands with Jerry and Dave in Federated USA. We're all proud of our strong and committed relationship with NAEDA Canada, providing superior service to your association members across Canada is our focus. From sales to claims, we pride ourselves on customer service. Nancy, Joey, and Angela have been an amazing group to work with, and I certainly appreciate you. Thank you, Joey and Nancy. The Bill Armstrong Safety Award and Loss Control Award was created by the former Canadian Western Equipment Dealers Association to honor Bill Armstrong, who was the manager with between Alberta and British Columbia Farm Equipment Dealer Association from 1970 to 1984. Federated Insurance is honored to be involved in the nomination and survey process for this award. This award is given to a farm equipment dealer who has made an investment in people, safety, and training that must demonstrate a commitment to risk management and loss prevention plans, processes, and procedures while participating in and supporting their community. All of the nominees this year made investments in order to be each of their dealerships a safe place to work at. I contacted our sales team member who works with today's winner, and he said the following, if you'll indulge me. As a family-owned business since 1933, their commitment to safety reflects the same value guided them for generations: respect, responsibility, and genuine care for their people and their communities. With 6 locations across Northeast Alberta, they have remained proudly rooted in small town values while continuing to grow and adapt. Their team approaches safety not simply as a requirement, but as part of who they are. A culture built on looking out for one another and ensuring that everyone goes home safe at the end of the day. Federated has had the pleasure of representing the winner for decades, and the salesperson's personally known them and had the pleasure of working with them for nearly 10 years. It's been clear that over that time they lead with integrity and are deeply committed to the well-being of both their employees and their communities. This year marks a significant milestone in their history with the retirement of Scott, one of their primary owners. On July 1st, after 50 years with the company, they had the privilege of working directly with Scott over the years. Scott is an insightful and deeply knowledgeable leader, a very astute businessman who cares deeply for others. His leadership is deeply rooted in the company's history and will continue to guide the future. That's from Greg Schmidt, our commercial sales specialist. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this time. I would now like you to join me in congratulating the winner of this year's Bill Armstrong Safety and Loss Awards, Webb's Machinery from Alberta, Canada. Thank you very much, everybody. And I hear I got the Four Webs boys coming up, so that's great. Come on up, gentlemen.
How do you follow the guy with the angry Russian wife, huh? My wife's a German and she loves me. Okay. All right. Well, good evening, everybody. Certainly great to be here. All of us at Federated are always very excited to present the deserving equipment dealer with the Federated Insurance Safety and Loss Award. And again, this year is no different. But before we have the representatives come forward that have won this award, I want to tell you a little bit about Federated and our history and association and working with trade associations throughout the years. So Federated became a company as a result of an equipment dealer association. That was in 1904. And what had happened was the association was going to have a board meeting in St. Paul in a hotel. Okay, so the association comes to the hotel, they all get up there, and the dealers find out nobody booked a room. Okay, hard to have a meeting. There happened to be a dealer from Owatonna, Minnesota that was in St. Paul for another business meeting at the same hotel. And so that dealer said, okay, you can use my room. And because he was so nice, he got appointed the job of starting an insurance company. Okay. So that dealer, and that was one of the items they had on the agenda is, okay, this insurance is really getting crazy, right? We need to do something about it. So they started their own insurance company. It was for dealers, for hardware stores, for blacksmith shops. That was the idea. And they thought, okay, if we can do this ourselves, we can probably better manage the risk. And thus they thought, okay, risk management needs to be a priority of this company that we start. And so that was a big part of what they wanted to do. So Federated started then, they branched out. And in fact, another side note story, the dealer that started that insurance company, Federated, also was the executive director of the association for about 25 years as well. So he had dual purpose jobs there, running an association and an insurance company. Back then, you can imagine in Minnesota, a lot of dealers in all these little small towns, but so a lot of members. Eventually, Federated expanded into Canada, grew considerably, became a national company and in the mid 80s, we finally decided to part ways with these guys. So Chris told you that story. It's way too cold. Go north. Anyway, so let's get to our winner. Okay, this year's winner is a well-deserved candidate. In fact, a past recipient of WIDA's Dealer of the Year Award, and also I would say very, very active in the association for many years. Risk management has always been important, but I'll say probably not always at the top of the list. And they would admit so. Okay. But they decided they need to make some changes, and they did. And it's been a complete 180. They've really done a really nice job. Frequency, severity of losses have gone down tremendously. And this is about a 3.5-year project. They've really been working on this. So the company started with 2 stores in 1992. They acquired another store in 1993, then another location in 1995. Additional locations were added in 1998, 1999. Another store opened in 2013, 2017. Acquisitions in 2019 and 2022. And the latest expansion was in October of this year with their first Case IH application store. Dealership credits all the growth to their dedicated employees and valued customers. Today, this dealership has a total of 12 locations plus their corporate office in Columbia, Missouri. So you haven't figured this out already. It's Crown Power and Equipment out of Columbia, Missouri is this year's winner. Hang on. Before they come up here, before you guys come up, just a little bit about what they've done here from a safety and risk management perspective, because they've really changed some things up here. So each location, 12 locations, they got one employee at each location that is on the risk management committee. That committee meets once a month. They try to figure out what they want to focus on each month. Then they do on the 7th of the month, if it's a business day, but typically on the 7th of the month, they do what's called 7 minutes on the 7th. Their little safety topic at each location. They've had representatives attend Federated's 2.5-day risk management academy, which is something Federated does in our home office of Owatonna, Minnesota. Any dealer can come to Owatonna. We do 2.5 days of safety and risk management training. That's it, just training. Again, any dealer, good member benefit. Anybody in this room wants to go, you're certainly welcome to attend. But they've gone for 2 years, the last couple, 2-3 years, I think 23 and 24, they've sent 3 people each time. So they've taken advantage of that training. We've also done 1-day training with our local risk consultant, myself, and I think we have one more individual that comes, and your entire risk management team shows up for that. We've done that 3 times. And then lastly, they're on board with Federated telematics in all their vehicles. So they've really made some tremendous strides in what they're doing. So I'd really like to welcome the team from Crown Power and Equipment to come on up. We got Harold Chapman, President, Josh Storm, Vice President of Financial Operations, Eli Mayberry, Director of Parts and Services, and Marcy Griswold, Human Resources Management. Congratulations. Let's give them a round of applause. Nice job. Oh, I forgot about the cheese curds.
All right. Thank you, Chris and Jerry. Appreciate it very much. And congratulations to the winners of the safety and loss awards for tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, it's a true pleasure of mine personally here to stand here tonight and as we celebrate a remarkable leader, a colleague, a true friend of mine, Kim Rominger. Well deserved. For decades, Kim has been a driving force behind the success and unity of equipment dealers across North America. His leadership as CEO of United Equipment Dealer Association, later as CEO of Equipment Dealer Association, and most recently the CEO of North America Equipment Dealer Association, has left an enduring mark not only in our industry, but on all of us who have really honor of working along beside Kim in our roles on boards or whatnot. Kim's career has been defined by vision, collaboration, and a deep commitment to the people he serves. He has been a steady hand through times of great change, from navigating industry consolidation to strengthening dealer advocacy and guiding the monumental effort that brought multiple organizations together under the NAEDA umbrella. That was no small task. It required foresight, diplomacy, and trust, all qualities that Kim embodies. Under his leadership, our association has grown stronger, more unified, and better equipped to serve dealers across North America. He has built bridges with manufacturers, expanded the association advocacy efforts, and ensured that every decision was guided by one core principle: putting dealers first. Beyond his professional accomplishments, Kim is known for his genuine kindness, humility, and integrity. Whether it was a phone call to check in, a word of encouragement, or his trademark calm approach, unlike mine, to complex challenges, Kim has led not only with skill, but with heart. Kim enters a well-deserved next chapter in his life. We celebrate more than his career. We celebrate his legacy tonight. The strong, united organization we have today is a reflection of his leadership and his belief that we will be always stronger together. Kim, on behalf of NAEDA board, our staff, and members across North America, thank you. Thank you for 42 years of dedication, your wisdom, and the steady leadership that has carried this organization forward to this day. And I'm also, might add, he is the only person in the room that has ever played high school ball with Larry Bird. I verified that tonight. I was told, I wanted to make sure. We wish you all the best, Kim, your next step of your life toward retirement, a time to enjoy family, travel, and they've already told me you're enjoying it, and the simple joys you have worked so hard for. So, Kim, join me on the podium.
Well, thank you all. I appreciate it. I'm humbled by the experience. But since the previous two people got up and talked about their wives, I got to tell you, my wife's birthday is today. So happy birthday, dude. And she's here. It's been a sincere honor to serve some of the best people in the world that I've ever met. So many of you are more than dealers to me. You're my friends. It's true that I learned out of college, I worked with Federated Insurance. So the principle was there, take care of the people that you insure and like their family. And like so many of the members that I had in the association world were also friends, it was a lot easier to take care of them and take up their battles and do those things that benefited the dealers as a group. I learned early on that there was very little dealers couldn't accomplish if they bound together, joined the association, and worked together. And every person that I had that served on a board always said they got more out of it than they put in once they got involved. I had a young man tell me today that he was thankful that I got him involved in the association and what we've done. And that's what it's all about. Even though the changes are where there are not as many dealers as there were and the consolidation efforts, I can tell you when I started at Indiana Implement Dealers, just Indiana, we had 500 member dealers, individual member dealers. 2 of them had multiple stores. They each were John Deere dealers that had 2 stores each. So 498 family-owned businesses in Indiana that were equipment dealers that joined the association. That was tremendous. And we wielded tremendous power in the state of Indiana. But as these things consolidate, you still have the concept of you have to bind together as dealers. There's nothing you can accomplish if you stay together, work together, and you're still family. So this award that we served. And so this isn't just me. What we've accomplished isn't just me. It took other people, lots of staffs, and lots of dedicated people that serve you guys, the dealers. So you've got a tremendous organization. I know it's going forward. I know Brett's doing great things. Keep it going. Encourage your dealer members that aren't involved to get involved, because the more you do that, the stronger you'll be. So for this, I thank you so much for this award. Yes, I'm enjoying retirement. We'll head back to the Cayman in the morning. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks, and encourage your other dealers to belong.
Going to have Jerry and Mr. Dave come up, and they have a presentation for Kim as well. So.
Well, thank you. In behalf of Federated and our leadership of Federated, we want to congratulate Kim and Monica. You'll have him. I was thinking as he said that, 42 years ago, he was a Federated employee. And man, what fun I could have running the country with him instead of Jerry. Kim, you blew it for me, but I'm just kidding. But we have a nice little gift. Your friendship, your leadership. You've helped us through some tough times in this industry when we had to get some meetings together to try to help the dealers and to help our company make sure we were profitable. And Kim, you were always there for us with ideas, and we'll treasure that. But we have a little gift for you. We got a little gift card in here, but Federated, we've got a little bag for him. He's going to be doing a lot of motorcycle driving, so you can take some bourbon in here or some wine or some water, I guess, in Indiana. A couple of weeks ago, there's a picture of the wine. Jerry bought the wine, and he had it on his desk on a Friday. And I was running short on wine on Friday. So I drank the good wine that Jerry bought. And so we ordered some new wine, and we'll have it shipped to your house when you get back from the Caymans. But we got pictures in there because it's some of the world's finest wine. It's pretty good. You're going to enjoy the bottles that we give you. But you didn't want to check in your bag back to the Caymans to get through customs and all that. So I did the right thing for you. But on behalf of Federated, Kim, really congratulations for your retirement in these 42 years for the industry. And thank you for what you did for our company as well. Enjoy retirement. Same to you, Monica.
Am I done?
All right. Sounds great. Congratulations again, Kim. Known Kim for many, many, many years. All right. Now I'd like to call Mr. Eric Wareham to the stage to present the Dealer Advocate of the Year Award. Eric?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Hunt. Well, good evening, everyone. This is an exciting moment of the night for us. I also want to acknowledge Kip McGuire, our Director of Government Affairs that's here. He'll have a speaking role next year, I'm sure. We like to acknowledge the Dealer Advocacy Award is presented each year to a dealer whose efforts contributed to policy outcomes that benefit the equipment dealer industry. The award is about recognizing those who engage in our association's government affairs advocacy and go above and beyond. Tonight's recipient exemplifies that commitment. Mr. Paul T. Combs is president of Bakler Implement Company, a family-owned retail farm equipment dealership with 14 locations in Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas. He is also the president of Combs Farming Company and Sunrise Land Company, which together own farmland in Dunklin, Pemisco, and New Madrid counties in Southeast Missouri. Crops produced on these farms include rice, cotton, soybeans, corn, and peanuts. He's a shareholder of the Four-Way Gin Company as well, and Mr. Combs is a director of the First Missouri Bank of SEMO. Paul T. is also president of the Board of Supervisors of the Little River Drainage District, vice president of the Board of Supervisors of the Elk Chute Drainage District, and a member of the Board of Supervisors of the Varney River Drainage District. In addition to that, Mr. Combs is also an Eagle Scout, a member of the executive board of the Greater St. Louis Area Council Boy Scouts of America. He's also a member of the Board of Trustees of the Dixon Gallery and Gardens. And Mr. Combs is also a member of the Case IH North American Dealer Advisory Board. There's more. Hold on. Mr. Combs also served 2 terms as a director of the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. He's a past member of the Board of Directors and Executive Committee of the USA Rice Federation. Previously served as chairman of the USA Rice Farmers. Mr. Combs provided testimony on farm policy numerous times before the agriculture committees of the U.S. Senate, the U.S. House of Representatives, and the Missouri Legislature. In 1995, Missouri Governor Carnahan appointed Mr. Combs to a 6-year term on the Board of Curators of the University of Missouri System. And during his tenure on the Board of Curators, he served as both vice president and president of that board. He's also the past president of the Kennett Chamber of Commerce, which is his hometown, and he's past chairman of both the trustees and finance committee of the First United Methodist Church Kennett. Served also as treasurer of the Delta Children's Home, and he also previously served as a director of the Southeastern Equipment Dealers Association. Mr. Combs and his lovely wife, Miss Holly, became principal benefactors of the Mayo Clinic after establishing the Paul T. and Holly A. Combs Endowed Fund for Breast Cancer Research. Mr. Combs earned his BS in accountancy from the University of Missouri, Columbia, and prior to joining the family business, he was a tax associate at Price Waterhouse in St. Louis. And him and Miss Holly have two children and 3 grandchildren. That's just an incredible resume, and I hope to live up to that. And even with all of these commitments, Paul T. has been a dedicated supporter of NAEDA, the association. From testifying to Missouri legislature to defeat right to repair legislation, to being an early supporter of the NAEDA PAC, once we established that, Paul T's attended the DC fly-in and stepped up to ensure the dealer's voice is heard. And because of his relationship he's cultivated with state and federal legislators over the years, his voice does carry a lot of weight. That was on display recently at our fly-in when we were able to secure a meeting with Representative Jason Smith, who's, as you know, is chairman of the Powerful Ways and Means Committee. And we secured that meeting largely due to the strength of the relationship that Paul T. has with him. In that meeting, we were able to reinforce the need to maintain things like floor plan interest deduction and extend key business deductions like 199A and bonus depreciation, all of which are NAEDA legislative priorities that were successfully incorporated in the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill. So Paul T. undoubtedly is a tremendous asset to the association and the equipment dealer industry. He's given an incredible amount of his time and energy engaging in advocacy on behalf of both. So please join me in congratulating Mr. Paul T. Combs as this year's Dealer Advocate of the Year. Would you like to say a few words?
I'll be briefer than Steve, but just if you're not contributing to your to people who are advocating for you, or you're not taking time to go to the meeting, just remember the person on the opposite side of your issue is. Thanks.
Once again, Paul T., congratulations. A good friend of mine. Well deserved for sure. You've done a lot on behalf of the Dealer Association and work with you a lot for sure. All right. We will now be presenting the Merit Award for Dealer of the Year. recognizes individual dealer member for their leadership within the industry, their dedication to growing their business into a successful entity, and a commitment and legacy to their community. This is the highest recognition to an outstanding and respectful member. I would like now to call upon my fellow board member, Landis Stangovich from Trouch Motors in Trouch, Alberta, to present the award. Landis.
Thanks, Steve. And I'd like to thank the NAEDA board and the staff for giving me the opportunity to present this award tonight. It's a meaningful one for me as well. I'm going to get right to it. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to announce that the 2025 Merit Award for Dealer of the Year goes to Terry and Gerald Swiston from Full Line Egg Sales, headquartered in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. Before I ask them to join me on stage, I'm going to say a few words about Terry and Gerald and the dealership that they've built. Farming is more than a business, it's a legacy. Just as farms are passed down through generations, so too are the dealerships that support them. The legacy of Full Line Ag started in 1966 when John Swiston opened Central Supply Limited, a Massey Ferguson dealership built on hard work, integrity, and a deep commitment to the ag community. John's dedication inspired his children, instilling in them a strong appreciation for both business and the farming way of life. Among them, Terry and Gerald saw the potential for Central Supply to evolve into something greater. In 1999, following John's retirement, Terry and Gerald, together with Rick Risdale, opened Full Line Ag Sales Limited. Full Line honored its Massey heritage while also embracing the full AGCO lineup, including Gleaner, Challenger, Rogator, and later Fendt and PTX Trimble. The dealership expanded further, offering trusted brands like Morris, Versatile, Salford, Farm King, Conveyall, Mandico, Seedmaster, Honeybee, MacDon, and Precision Ag Solutions from Outback Guidance, Raven, and Topcon. Thanks to its rapid growth and success in its first decade and a half, in 2014, Terry and Gerald became 50-50 partners. Since then, they've continued to lead with vision, dedication, and a deep respect for the ag community they serve. From humble beginnings, Full Line Ag has grown into a multi-location dealership, recognized with numerous AGCO Circle of Excellence awards for top volumes in North America, along with consistent top ratings within AGCO's Dealer Excellence Program. Terry and Gerald have both served on various boards and dealer panels for a large range of organizations and manufacturers, providing valuable insight and firsthand perspectives from the ground level of agriculture. Through these experiences, they've had the opportunity to meet many great people and form lifelong friendships they deeply value. Beyond their professional achievements, both Terry and Gerald remain deeply rooted in family, the very foundation of their values. Terry and his wife Nancy have raised 3 sons, Tanner, who built a career in the medical field as a chiropractor, and Connor and Austin, who have proudly stepped into ownership roles within Full Line Ag. Gerald and his wife Janice have 3 daughters, Amanda, Danielle, and Arissa. Danielle plays several key roles within Full Line Ag, serving as administrator, controller, and assistant general manager in the Swift Current location. Looking ahead, under the continued guidance of Terry and Gerald, the next generation, Connor, Austin, and Danielle, are committed to carrying forward the vision of Full Line Sales, of Full Line Ag. Their goal is to build on the foundation laid before them, expanding the business while continuing to serve the farms and families of Western Canada with honesty, integrity, and passion. Over the past 26 years, Full Line Ag Sales has grown into more than just a company. It has become a living testament to the strength of family, the power of community, and the enduring spirit of agriculture. And with each generation, that legacy only grows stronger. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me and welcoming Terry and Gerald Swiston to the stage as NAEDA's Merit Award winner and Dealer of the Year for 2025.
Well, I'm so honored to be up here accepting this. My father got the award in 1999, and I'm so excited sitting in this. I was sitting out where you guys are right now, watching my father up here, and now I get to appreciate it. I got to say a couple big thanks, and it's of course to my wife Nancy, who stood behind me when missing suppers, doing everything all the time, and never being around. Coming the last guy at the back of the school play or whatever's going on, and I'm the guy in the back and saying, I was there. So thank you so much, Nancy, for being there. I'm grateful for the staff, everybody that we've got working for us. And I just want to say, Gerald's daughter, Danielle, and her husband, Sean, that work with us, Tim, Dean Grynam, Josie Lemon, Katie, Sheldon Dewick, Pam and Brian, and of course, my two sons, Austin and Connor, who I'm so proud to go to work every day. I feel like the luckiest guy going to work with seeing my two sons there. And I get home and Nancy says, so what are the boys up to? And I go, I don't know. They're busy doing stuff they have to do around the dealership, so I don't really see them. But I am very grateful for that. And I want to say one thing. The neighbors to the south, you Americans, we absolutely love you, us Canadians. We love you. And no matter what they say, I know you guys are pretty happy to have Canada on the other side of you. I'm pretty sure. And so if they redo the flag, if we ever, the 51st state sort of thing, I'm going to tell you those stars will be gone and they're going to be Canadian Leafs. At least maybe one of them. But I remember, I got to tell you about NAEDA, how important it was. My first convention I went to was in 1990, and it was in Edmonton, Alberta. And I went with my father, not knowing. I was already a partner at Central Supply, and went to this meeting, and how things have changed over the years, going down to the convention, seating and meeting people. And we've been attending these meetings for years and years. And one thing stood out in my mind. We went to, I don't know if you guys are familiar with West Edmonton Mall, and that's where the convention was, and they have a hotel there. And we get there, and I'm this young guy, I was 25 years old, and we get up to the counter, and they said, hey, we got a special room if you want. It's a theme room. And I'm like, take the theme room, Dad. Not realizing this was like a honeymoon suite, and it was a chariot room with one bed, and I'm sharing with my father. So it was kind of awkward, but it was it was very, very, very memorable. Watching him walk around with his white tighties on and stuff. But we've been attending, and the relationships and the dealerships that I've met. I look over here, and the guys from Webb's, getting to meet these dealerships from other lines. We're, of course, AGCO dealership, and we're pretty proud of it. But from all the provinces and the states, I've met lifelong friends, and it's because of NAEDA. It's great to meet these guys, and relationships where I've got equipment, I can phone them, and I consider most of you guys friends. Most, but I got to tell you one story that my father told me when we got into business.
and we're talking. This guy wanted to trade a couple steers and some stuff on some equipment to me. And I was talking to my dad, and he says, "You never take livestock on trade." I got to tell you a little story. This is a true story. It's not made up. Okay. So my dad and his partner, it was early spring, and they went down to sell. You guys, some of the older guys in here will remember what a disker was. You went seeding, and it was a disker. It just basically folded it over, dropped the seed down, and they were dealing on a massive set of diskers. This is in the early 70s. And they're dealing with this guy. I can't remember the guy. We'll call him Joe. So they get there, and Joe's dickering back and forth. And at that time, they were dickering over $400. And that was a big deal back then, $400. So my dad says, well, all of a sudden this sow walks across the yard. They're down by the barn, and it's got like 12 piglets following it. And my dad says, I'll tell you what, we'll deal for your price, but one of those little piglets in fall, get it already, and we'll come pick it up, and we'll bring it to an abattoir, and we'll call it a day. And the guy says, you got a deal. They shook hands, and they went away. And later that year, everyone's crops came up. They took the crops off, and they're at the office. And my dad said, hey, we got to go to Joe's place and get that pig, remember? And my dad's partner, Ed Sharback, he goes, yeah, let's get to going down there. So they went down there, one knocked on the door of the house, and the wife says, no, Joe's down by the barn. So they went down by the barn, and there he was. And he says, hey, Joe, we're back here. Remember, we made that deal, and, you know, the little piglet should be growing up now. We're here to pick it up. And he says, you know what? Honest to God, you're not going to believe this. He says, look over here. And there was this pig with the feet up. He says, your pig, it died. So my dad says, don't ever take livestock on trade. And you remember that. You don't touch that stuff, man. We're in the iron business. So again, I want to thank everybody and the great relationships we've all had. I'm a big supporter of it. And I'm going to tell everybody here that when we get back, it's a nice crowd we've got here, but we can do better. We all got to go back. Tell your local dealers that are beside you that belong to the association. Get down to these conventions. The people we meet, the relationships that are formed at these things, it's forever, you guys. And we have to get a few more dealers out here. And they didn't tell me to say this. I didn't even know we were coming up here, but we all need to work together, because the stronger we are, the stronger we are as a voice. And thanks again. And my brother Gerald, I think, is going to come up now. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. He does tell lots of stories, but that one was a true story, so I can justify that one. Basically, thank you to the association, and just like Terry said, spread the good news. We need more people. The association is what gives us the training for all your staffs and all your departments, all included, the legislation that it does, everything. I've been doing this for about 45 years, and as well, like everybody else here, I have to thank my wife Janice, keeping the household, and thank you very much. Appreciate it. The biggest thank you, I just would almost repeat what Michael said at the Grace. Thank you.
Thank you, Landis, and congratulations, Jerry and Terry and Gerald, on the success that you've built with Full Line Ag, and to the remarkable organization that you guys have today. You are fully deserving of receiving the NAEDA's prestigious Merit Award of the Dealer of the Year. Congratulations. All right, now we're going to switch gears a little bit here. One of NAEDA's successful stories is our two foundations we have, the Equipment Dealer Foundation and the Canadian Equipment Dealer Foundation. NAEDA is the sole member of those two entities, and collectively they have provided over $4 million into capital funding, technician recruitment, scholarships, and dealership employee and dealership specific training programs. So we accomplish a lot through our foundations. But we have more work to do ahead. So I would now like to call upon Pat Hicks from Ritchie Brothers to conduct a special auction that everybody needs to participate in and fundraiser for the two foundations and to explain the auction items that we are offering this evening. Pat is the lead auctioneer for Ritchie Brothers USA and more than 3 decades of experience. He brings passion and precision to every sale. Over the years, Pat has conducted thousands of multi-million-dollar industrial auctions across 15 states, often in multiple languages, helping clients around the world maximize the return on their investments. Joining Pat to the stage to catch bids is Luke Frickshaw and Carson McMahon and Chad Appelin. Welcome to Pat to the stage, Pat, with your team.
You bet.
Check 1, 2. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, first off, to all the folks in here, you are our partners, and it's certainly our pleasure to be supporting the association. So on the far end tonight over here, on this end, I got Chad Applin. Don't be shy. Just take your bids. He'll take your bids. Right here in center field, I've got Carson. He's going to take your bids here in the middle. And on the far end over there, Luke's going to be taking your bids. So I believe on the center of every table, there is a little sheet with the items that we have for sale. I'm going to go over a brief description, and then we'll get things going on these items. And if you would do me a favor, is Joey, are you in the back of the room, Joey? Yeah, Joey, if you'd stand up right there, thank you. So when you're done at the end of the night, if you could stop back there and get settled up with Joey, it'd make things go really, really good. So the first item for sale here tonight is, I'm going to call it lot number 1. It's the Tory Burch Jewelry Duo. So donated by right here, courtesy of NAEDA US. So you're going to get the Gemini Link bracelet and the Gemini Link necklace. And before we get started here tonight, is there anyone here in the room that this is your first year attending the convention? Just raise your hand up. Sold. 10,000. We won't do that to you. That hand went down pretty fast, though. So that's the only practice we get all night. So now it's for real. So ladies and gentlemen, the first item here, once again, the Tory Burch Jewelry ringband. Yes? Oh, yes. So this is where the Canadians might have a little advantage tonight. So keep in mind, if you're a Canadian company, you will be invoiced in Canadian dollars. U.S. company, you'll be invoiced in U.S. dollars. We are not taking pesos. So if you're a Mexican company, you're paying in U.S. dollars. So that's all we got. Let's get things rolling here. We're going to start things off here with the Tory Burch. And again, this is a win-win situation. So you're going to go home with either a great item or a great experience, and then the money does go to either the Canadian Foundation or the U.S. Foundation. Start them low. What do you say there? Start them off. I start everything at a low number. It's a lot funner. Give me $100. Let's go to work. Now 100. Now get about 100 here. Now get about 200. Now get about $300. Now get about 3. And 2 bid 3 4. 400 to get a 3 a bid. Get about 400. Now 300. Now get about 400 here. $350 on it. 350, 400. I'll get about 400 here. Get about 4. 400 now. Chad is in the lead. 400 now. Get about 4. 400 to get a 400 to get a 400. Anybody else at 400 before we close it out? Going once, twice, 3 times. Anybody else? Sold over here. 350. 350, Chad. Did they want the bracelet or the necklace? No, you get them both. I'm just kidding. No one likes auctioneer humor. Lance with Siegfried. Thank you very much. Okay, give Lance a nice warm welcome there. Thank you. First item, the icebreaker. We can only go up from there. The second item tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is your Samsung Galaxy Tech Package. So you're going to get 3 items here. You're going to get the Galaxy Pro 14, the Galaxy Books Pro 14. You'll get the Galaxy S10 tablet, and then also the Galaxy Earbuds Pro. So you're getting all 3, one package donated from our friends at Federated Insurance. Want to send a special thank you to Jerry to Jerry. Thank you. To Jerry. Here we go. Start them low. What do you say there? Just give me $1,000 on the whole package there, and let's get over it. $1,000 there. Now 1,500. And 1,015. That are going to 15. That are going to 1,250. And 1,000 big. Going to be 1,250. And 1,000 big. Going to be 1,250. And 1,000 big. 1,250. Thank you. 15 that are going to 50. And 15 that are going to 1,500. 15 that are going to 15 that are going to 50. Now keep in mind it doesn't cost anything to bid. As long as you're not the last bidder, then it does cost. Sometimes it's kind of fun to play a little chicken here. 15 that are going to 1,500. I'll go 1,400. 14 that are going to 14, 50. 1,500 here, everybody get 1,500. 14, 15. Now, did you get 15? 14 now, going to have 15. 14's right here in the middle. 1,500. 15 that are going to 15. 15 that are going to 15 that are going to 15. Going once, twice. 1,500. Anybody else at 1,500? Thank you. 1,600. I'm going to have 15, 16. 16 that are going to 15, 16, 16. I'm going to have 15, 16. 16 that are going to 1,600. 15 bid 1,600. Yes or no? We're under the value there. 16. One more shot. Thank you. 17. Our turn right over here. 17. No pressure, but who would like to see this bidder bid 1,700? A little bit of pressure. 1,700. Now 17. Better to get it. 17. 17. Now going to be 17. 17. What's he saying? 1,650. Shot in the ankle, but I'll take it. 1,700. Now 1,700. He's getting weak over here on this side. I think one more shot will get it. 1,700. Now 1,700. 1,650's here. 17. 17. 17. And 17, better to get it 17 going once, twice. Anybody else at 1,700? It's going. It's gone. 1,650 right here. Can I get a name? Steve Hunt. Steve. Thank you, Steve. All right. Thank you. And again, if you're the high bidder just on the honor system, go back and see Joey at the very end of the night. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on lot number 3 and lot number 4, I'm going to do something here a little bit different. First off, I want to thank Federated Insurance. Thank you, Chris. What we're going to do here is we're going to sell high bidder's choice. So high bidder, if you are an Edmonton Oilers fan and you decide you want to take the Oilers package and say it brings $5,000, still you get $5,000. Say that you're an Oilers fan and your wife is a Red Wings fan. I don't know how that marriage works, but if so and you want to take them both, it'd be $5,000 for each package, so $10,000 for the pair. So we'll sell high bidder's choice here. Hopefully we have some Oilers fans and some Jets fans that'll fight on this one a little bit. So I will go into the packages just a little bit here. So first off, on the Oilers package, you're going to get 4 game tickets. You're going to get just all sorts of nice amenities there. You can see that there on your list. And then you're also, it does include an Edmonton Oiler jersey. Food and beverages on you on that package. On the Winnipeg Jets versus the Detroit Red Wings package, you're going to get 6 game tickets. Both of these games are on January 24th. So also on that one, you will get a Winnipeg Jets jersey. And on the Winnipeg Jets package, you're going to get $150 food and beverage credit included on that one. So high bidder's choice on the hockey tickets. Americans, you can bid on these as well. So here we go. Start them low. What do you say there? $2,000 on them. Everybody get $2,000. They're going to be $2,500. Too big. Going to be 25. On 2,000. They're going to be 25. Right there in the front. 3,000. Now going to be 2,000. 3,000. 35. 3,000. 3,500. I'll take you right here too. 35. 35. 4,000. Got him. 35. Going to be 4,000. My bidder's in. 34. 45. 4,000. Going to be 45. I'll work with you. 4,250. 4,250. We're out, my friend. 4,250. 4,000. Going to be 4,250. Everybody go 4,250. Anybody on this side of the room want to bid? 4,250. 4,000. Going to be 4,250. Going once. 4,250 twice. 4,250. Third and final call. Anybody else that have? Sold right over here at 4,000. 4,000. First off, we'll get the buyer name. I'm sorry. Webb's of Machinery. What package would you prefer? The Oilers package. Runner-up bidder over here. Were you after the Oilers package as well? Dang it. Okay. Does anybody in the room want to make it easy? And remember, this money is going to fund the Canadian Foundation. Does anyone want to take the Winnipeg's jet package at the same price at $4,000? Just put your hand up, and we'll make it nice and easy for you. You're getting a few more tickets and some food and beverage. Okay. We'll start them back up then. Now we're selling the Winnipeg's Jets package versus the Red Wings. 2,000. We'll start them low. Do it again. Everybody get 2,000 under 2,500. 2,000, going to be 25. 2,020 for 3. 3,000, now going to be 335. 2,000, 30 for 4. 4,000, I'll go 37.50. 37.50. 35, 37.50. Everybody get 750. 4,000 under 2, going to be 4,000 4. 4,000, 37.54. 4,000 under 2, going to be 4,000 4,004. Are you all done? 4,000. 37.50. 4,000 going once, twice. And the middle set 4. Are you sure you're done? That's not no. That's hell no, he said. Sold 3,750 right here. Is that to Terry? Dealer of the Year bought it. That's how you support the foundation. Thank you, Terry. And you're a tough act to follow. When you went up there, he said, he goes, he's going to have a really good story. And he was right. Good story there. Okay. Let me get back here to my cheat sheet. We are going to the 5th item. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is from WCS Developmental Warranty Audit, courtesy of the Warranty Consulting Services, LLC. It is a very in-depth warranty audit, ladies and gentlemen. You got the program overview, review procedure, review scope. It is extremely in-depth. Ladies and gentlemen, right there on that package there, you can see what it's valued at. Let's start at half price. Give me $10,000 on it. Everybody get $10,000. Get about 10,000, 10, 10, 10. Get about 5. $1,000. Get about $1,000. Get about 5. $5,000. Get about $2,000 on it. 2,000. 1,000. $9,000 there. 1. 1,000. Thank you. 15. 1,000. Get about 1,500. 1,000. 15. Better get a 15. Better get a 12.50. 1,000. Get about 12.50. 1,000. 12.50. 12.50. Thank you. 1,500 here. Everybody get 15. I'm 15. Better get a 1,500. 15. I'll go 14. I'll work with you. We're way light here. 1,400. 1,400. 1,400. 14. Anybody on this side? There hasn't been a bid for a long time over here. A little bit chilly on this side. What do you got? 14. Thank you. 1,500. 14 bid. 15. 15. Better to get a 15. 1,500 here. Everybody get 15. 1,600. Now 17. Now 17. You're out again, ma'am. It's just like checkers. Now it's her turn. 17. 1,700. Thank you for the help. 17. Better to get a 17. Anybody else want a bid? 17. Better to go to 17. Get him a 17. 17. 17. 1,700. It's sold. 1,600 is right over here. And where were you? Oh, there you go. Right back there. Young's Equipment. Thank you. Give Young's Equipment a round of applause there. Ladies and gentlemen, before we finish up the night, once again, I do want to thank you folks. The last items here today from Ritchie Brothers, you're going to get, I've got 6 of these, so we're going to sell High Bidder's Choice. So you're going to get commission-free auction vouchers for up to $100,000. So they're valued at $10,000 each. We're going to sell High Bidder's Choice. So if you want to put $300,000 into one of the Ritchie Brothers sales, you could go ahead and use 3 of those vouchers. So again, High Bidder's Choice, valued at $10,000 each to start them low. What do you say there? 2,000 on the vouchers. Let's go to work. High Bidder's Choice, 2, 3, 3,000 others there. Going to be 2, 3, 4,000 now. 4, got you up front. 5, 5,000 others there. 6,000, putting you 6 here, 6 here, 7,000 others there. Putting you 7, 7. 6 bid, 7, 7, putting a bid 1,000, 7 bid, putting a bid 8, 8, 9,000, and 9, 9, 8,000, 9,000, and 9, 9 here, putting a bid 5. Now 9, now 1,000, 85, going to be 9,000 others there. Going to be 9, 1,000, and 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. I'm ready. I've been 9,087.50. That's as low as I can go. 87.50. 9,092, gonna be 99. 9,092, 50. Everybody get 250. 9,000, gonna be 250. Everybody get 92, 55, 95. Excuse me, 97.5, now 97.50, now 97.50, 97.50, and bring it 7.50, 97.50, 10,000, and bring it 10,000, 10 to 50, and bring it 10 to 50, 10,000, we're gonna be 10 to 50, and bring it 10 to 50, he can take them all, and anybody else at 10,250, 10,250 going once, 10,250 twice, third and final call, and anybody else at 10,250. They're sold right out here. 10,000, 10,000. Once again, that's Young's equipment again. How many of those vouchers do you need? I've only got 18 of them. No, I've only got 6 of them. Takes 3. Thank you very much. Give him a round of applause. That's 30,000. The runner-up bidder. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Runner-up bidder. Would you like some at 10,000 as well? He'll take the other 3. And thank you. And what's your company? Mazer Group. Mazer Group. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your liberal bidding, your attendance. Thank you so much. They're all sold out. I'm going to turn things back over to the star of the show. Thank you. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. That one's turned off, so I'll put it right here. That one's off.
Trying to take Pat's mic there. Sorry. All right. We'd like to thank Ritchie Brothers, Pat and his team for conducting our auction tonight and for all those bidding as well. Really appreciate what you've done tonight. So through our fundraising efforts, we provide valuable scholarships and dealership employees for dealership employees. Thanks again for everybody's participation. One other thing, ladies and gentlemen, let me just mention here about Ritchie's and what they've done for our association and foundations. It should be noted that this is the 11th year Ritchie's has donated these commission-free coupons that are auctioned off tonight. And with these donations, Ritchie has now donated over $600,000 to our 2 foundations. They become the largest financial contributor to our foundations, and I think they deserve a huge round of applause. On another note, one thing we probably forgot to mention tonight is our PAC, our NAEDA PAC, Political Action Committee. So tomorrow night, we'll have a what's it called, Eric? A party on the green, party on the fairway, excuse me. NADA PAC will be hosting a fundraiser. We encourage you to stop by and take a few swings for a chance for some prizes and support the advocacy efforts of the PAC. And we want each one of you to get with Eric and Chip to contribute to our PAC. I would like to have 100% participation with whatever dollars you can give. It doesn't matter. It has to be individual. No companies are able to do it. But dealers, we really need you guys to step up here where we can be heard in Washington. I mean, Paul T's done a great job in Flans. Money talks in Washington. We don't like to talk that way, but unfortunately, that's what it takes to get things done there. So just wanted to mention that Eric as well. So I hope everyone has enjoyed themselves this evening. And before we conclude, I would like to once again thank Federated Insurance US, Farm Credit Canada, Federated Insurance Canada, Ritchie Brothers for their auctioneer ability here, Purple Wave, VI Advisor Pro, Texada, and Basic Software plus Sphere. We really appreciate everything that they've done. So another round of applause for all of our sponsors again. So this isn't scripted, but if you work with NAEDA, would you stand up? I know Jennifer, Luce, everybody's in the back. Y'all stand up if you work for NAEDA, because our staff has worked relentlessly to put this on tonight. Thank y'all very much. All right, with that, I believe that concludes our program tonight, and we will pick back up in the morning with breakfast at 7 a.m. So you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and thank you.
2, 1, go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.